Hey guys, so for my first ever drawing tutorial, we're going to be working on a female manga face. It's pretty simple, um, and what you'll need is just some paper, an eraser, and maybe a fine pencil. If you don't have, normal drawing pencils, your regular 2B pencil will work just fine. Just make sure that you're drawing lightly. All right, so let's get started. So start on a fresh page. And what we're gonna start with first is just a basic perfect circle. And to do that, you're gonna start with a circular movement on the page just to get a feel for the movement. And when you're ready, just, put the pencil down on the paper. And it's okay if you don't do this perfect the first time. It's a pencil, you can erase it. And if you'll see right there, there's your perfect circle. And it's not gonna be one line. It's gonna kind of go around a little bit and kind of be a little thick, but that's okay, because you're drawing this lightly, so you'll be able to see through it pretty easily. Alright, so the next step is we're going to find the center line, and you just go down the middle of the face. And it's okay if you're not very good at drawing straight lines, just kind of do short strokes. And we're going to come down past the circle because we're going to be adding a chin. And to do that, we're just going to add some curved lines on the side. You want to connect from the side of the circle and down. And again on the other side, just connect that to the side of the circle. And there you have it, nice face shape. And you'll go over that a couple times if you need to, just to make sure everything's in order. Alright, so next what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding where the eyes will be. And you want to make sure you got a good gap for the forehead, which some people have trouble with. Sometimes I have trouble with this because you kind of want to start your line up here, but then you'll notice that doesn't give enough room for the forehead because, surprise, you got eyebrows. So you make sure that it's, kind of halfway on the circle. Then we're going to do the nose line, which is a little bit above the end of the circle. We'll just put it right there. And then we'll do the mouth line, which is a little bit underneath the circle, but not too much because we want to make sure that there's still room for the chin. Okay, and now we're going to add placement for the eyes. And you'll notice that you kind of see a little bit of a face there, which is good. And that's where you're going to be making your eyes, nose, and mouth. Alright, so let's get started with the hair. Hair is probably going to be the most difficult part of the face because we're going to be doing bangs. Come up a little bit high on here. And just connect it like that for the big main part of the bangs. This middle section is going to be a little bit big. And you're just going to be doing little half triangles. You want to make sure that your bangs are coming down at the same length each time. We're going to be drawing thin and thick lines for the bangs, because you'll notice hair kind of clumps in different, you know, thickness. So just do that. And it's okay if they come over the eyes a little bit. The great thing about manga is that the hair is a little bit see-through, if you noticed. Remember to be doing thin and thick lines. Sometimes you want to draw a line and then start the next part of your triangle up here, like that. Curve it around a little bit on the ends there. And we're going to do another little one that's outwards like this to kind of place where the ears are going to be. All right, we're going to come over on this side and do the same thing. Like that. You want to make sure that the thickness is good. You don't want to be doing the same thickness on each section because that'll look a little wonky. All right. It's all right if you mess up a little bit. You know, the great thing about pencils, you always erase it. Now that we've got that part down, we're going to find the center of where the hair is going to be parted, sort of, you know. So we're going to do a little curved line like that. And a little bit of a end there. Next, we're going to be doing the top of the hairline, and you want to kind of come up a little high, just to give the hair a little bit of definition, and come outwards a little bit like that. Do a small little half triangle, because this girl's hair is short, so you know it's gonna have some frays, you know. And then we're gonna come down like that, do a nice curve. And I went a little too thick on that one, so I'm gonna erase this part just to make sure I'm following those lines, because we're going to be going over this later on with pen. I forgot to mention that another material you'll need is a nice thick pen, and this is what I'm going to be using. I just got it from, you know, Michael's. All right. So we're going to continue with this hair. And we don't want to keep it curved because, you know, her hair is not going to curve all the time on the ends here. It's going to come out a little bit straighter. And do the same thing on this side. Nice little curve here. And I did that a little too long. It's okay. this is really coming together. And we're gonna want to put the neck down now because you'll find it hard to finish where the hair should be. And see, I went a little over where the neck would be. You don't want to make the neck too thin or too thick, but it should come, you know, close to where the mouth is. We're gonna do some shoulders, and they come downwards a little bit because this is the, I guess the, I don't know what this is called. Starts with a T. It's like your traps or something like that. I don't know. All right. So now what we're going to be focusing on is the eyes. The eyes are kind of the hard part. So we want to do a little bit of a circle for each of those, just to kind of shape out how big they're supposed to be, and I'm going to make sure that the eyes are proportionate to each other, because you don't want to, you know, start with one eye and then come over here and find out you've done this one too big. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a nice curved line, and it's going to come up a little bit on the end there to signify the eyelash, and you're going to come back over and connect those lines, make a nice eyelash. And then we're gonna do right here part of the sides of the eye, and you want to leave a little bit of a gap because you'll notice that some anime characters will have a gap in the eyes. And come down, go a little bit round, but not too round on that bottom eye line, and then come back up a little bit and leave a bit of a gap right there. All right, so let's go over to the next one. You want to make sure you're constantly checking this one to make sure that it's the same size. Do the same thing on that side. And a little triangle. All right. Then we're going to do a little circle right around here, and it's okay if you connect the circle to the bottom of the eye. You know, sometimes that happens with anime characters, is you'll see them having bigger eye pupils, but I like to do it like this. I don't know why. All right. Now we're gonna do some light shading on the eyes there. It's just 2 circles and then a little smiley face. Like that. And you're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side. Alright. Now for the nose, this is probably the easiest part. Sometimes noses are really hard in drawing, but for manga, we just need to put, oh, sorry about that, my dog's going off, but we're just gonna do the nose holes for this. And there we go, there's the nose. All right, for the mouth, we're gonna do a little bit of a curve upwards, go straight, And then when you get to this middle part, you're gonna dip down and then back up to signify the middle of the lips. That's gonna be the top lip. And then we're gonna do a little half circle here for the bottom lip. It's gonna be nice and tiny because she's a lady, so, you know, she's got some nice little lips there. All right, now we're gonna do the ears. The ears should come up next to the eyes, and down a little bit, almost to the nose, you know? Oh, see, I messed up there. My favorite tool in drawing is my eraser. So we're gonna do a little curve. And some ears are different. You know, sometimes you'll see somebody do a little bit like that. But we're just gonna do, you know, a nice curved ear.